Hiya, I'm Jade Hespin. I'm 35 years old, 36 this year. Yeah, so I have struggled in the madness of addiction for the past 10 years. It started off where I was drinking just on a weekend, and then I started smoking weed, actually smoking weed on a regular basis where it's like cigs. I was just smoking it, and then I didn't realise at the time I was an addict, because an addict is separate to a normal person. An addict can't stop once they start. So smoking weed, I ended up in the end getting sectioned because I was really poorly with it. When I got out of hospital, I started sniffing coke on a weekend, and then I thought, oh, it's all right, this is how it works. Oh, it's all right, I'll just have the coke, and then it's all right, I'm not smoking crack. And then I started smoking crack. I got in the wrong crowd. I'm smoking crack, but I'm not smoking gear. I thought it was all right, and then that led to that. So basically what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter what drug it is, a drug's a drug, and so is alcohol. Alcohol is a drug. We can't get confused between the two. It's definitely a nightmare. Every suffering addict will understand, and I just want to help people. I really just want to be able to spread the message to go to a meeting. It ended up really bad. I lost absolutely everything. I had a child. I did come off all the drugs when I was pregnant, but that was just because I was thinking, oh, well, in 9 months, it's only 9 months of not taking drugs. And then I was still in the same crowd. I was still an addict, not realising, well, I knew I had a problem, because it makes you lonely, it isolates you. You lose the people you love no matter how much you care about them. So I did have a child. He's 3 now. Things got really bad. I did have to go to rehab. I decided to go to rehab because it was uncontrollable and unmanageable. But I'm currently in rehab called Evolve, and there's many rehabs for people to go to, service centres and drug and alcohol services. So yeah, I did come off methadone, heroin and crack in rehab. I have relapsed before a year ago, and I went back in the madness, and that's when things got from bad to worse. I wanted to die. I wanted to kill myself. I ended up having an overdose. I didn't know if I was going to live or die. It was a bad situation that I was in, which I can tell you about that as well. There's lots to talk about. Absolutely loads. I really just want to help because I know how isolating it is. Your addiction wants you on your own with nobody in a room by yourself. I have actually attempted suicide, and that is the lowest point I got to. I ran in front of a lorry, and I wanted to die because I'd lost my son. He'd gone to his grandparents. But I want to show that I'm now 3 months clean. This is how bad it can get. And we're lucky to be alive. If you're watching this, you're lucky to be alive because it's life and death. I've lost so many friends. I actually saved a life once, resuscitated somebody that I didn't know was a stranger. I got called for help, resuscitated him for about 20 minutes. I was sweating, doing the heart compressions, the breathing technique. Luckily, he came back to life. And then a few weeks after that, I overdosed, and literally it was like bright light. There were like beings in front of me, like 5 or 6 beings that were like silhouettes, discussing whether I was going to live or die, basically. They were saying, like, your time's not up, your work's not done. And I woke up in intensive care, spewing blood, being shook by about 5 doctors saying, if you fall asleep, you will die. I've lost people that have passed away. This is just the truth of it. There is a meeting called Al-Anon, which is for families that are struggling with people in active addiction, that are struggling. It is really hard for loved people, loved family and friends to watch somebody in that situation, because we're under the influence and we're numb, and we're trying to drown out our feelings because we're at disease with ourselves. It's a disease, it's an illness. But the meetings, it is get to a meeting, AA, NA or CA meeting, any of them, you are welcome at every single meeting. At the meetings, it's a sense of unity. Everybody's gone through. There's nothing that you can't say that they haven't heard. We're all together. We all help each other. It doesn't matter what religion you are. It's a sense of unity, and it really, really helps. Not everybody has to go to rehab. You could go to a meeting and it could help you. You don't have to go to rehab. That's just what I did. But it's these meetings, I can't stress enough. You need to go with an open mind. Just be willing. It's the only desire to go to the only requirement, for a meeting is a desire to stop using. So just get yourself to a meeting. In the meeting, you'll learn about the step work, the 12-step program. You can get a sponsor to help you through the step work, and you can ring them if you're ever struggling and you get using thoughts. Your sponsor, you ring them, they help you. I'm lucky to have one now. Yeah, things are going really well for me at the minute. You have good days and bad days, but I can talk to you about the tips of how to come off drugs, how to stay clean and sober, but just don't take that first drink or drug because it sets off the obsession and then you can't get out of it. So it doesn't set off the phenomenon of craving. If you don't have the first drink or drug, then you're not in the... It's just... There's like your addict brain mentally twists you to go, oh, well, you can handle one. Oh, this is why I relapsed, because I was in rehab last year, a year ago, I've been out there. It says two things like, oh, because two of my friends passed away in December, and my addict brain were going, oh, it's all right, you can have a drink. Your mates will want you to have one. And I didn't think that I would be able to get through people passing away, bad things happening, without taking drink or drugs. And I did it without using, because your addict brain, it twists things. It's like the bottle of whiskey was singing to me, going, oh, come and drink me. And it goes, oh, it's all right, you can handle one. And it's that why I relapsed, having one. One's too many and 1,000's never enough. First step is acknowledging that you're an addict. You're separate to a normal person. Can have the odd sniff of cocaine on a weekend or the odd drink and handle it. But an addict can't stop. And some people might think, it's okay, I can go on a sesh for a week and be off a sesh for a week. And the on and off. Well, if you haven't got a problem, you'll have no problem not using whatsoever. It can be done. You can recover. We're always an addict. You're never cured, but the lift and the desire to stop using can be lifted off you. And it's the spiritual help. It's a fourth dimension, spiritual awakening that actually happens to you that stops you from doing it. And you just have to go to these meetings with an open mind. Please don't be like, oh, they say the word God. I was on my knees when I came to rehab, right? So I'd try anything. I tried every drug. And I just think, why wouldn't I try that? Why wouldn't I give these meetings a go? Why wouldn't I do that? I put these things into my body, so why wouldn't I just give it a go? It's a higher power to your understanding, so don't worry. It's going to change your life, and the things you get back is amazing. You can get a life beyond your wildest dreams. Before all the Class A's and before I realised I was an addict, I was doing all right. I got a driving degree, I was working, driving, but it slowly creeped in. In the last 10 years, it got from worse to worse to worse. I'm going to be doing some more videos to help people, and that's what it's all about. We can't do it on our own. I can't do it on my own will. I need help, and I need all the people from the meetings and my rehab and all the winners, and I want to help the people that are still suffering. So I am going to be doing some videos on YouTube to help people. So please subscribe. And I'll leave it there.